Spider-Man noir action in his brutal fight on a New York pier in 1939 at nightfall. Wearing a trench coat and wielding two pistols, he attacks the Scorpion Gang in the middle of their operation. His fighting style is fast, ruthless, and far darker than any other Spider-Man. After defeating them, he quickly leaves the scene before the police arrive. During the day, Peter Parker's life is falling apart. After returning from a multiversal adventure, he has lost everything. He's broke, close to being evicted from his office, and completely alone. Suddenly, Gwen Stacy comes to him with a problem and asks for his help. She explains that her father, Captain George Stacy, was found shot dead in the East River, possibly due to his opposition to a corrupt system. At first, Peter hesitates to accept the case because of his unstable situation. However, Gwen desperately pleads with him. After thinking it over, he agrees. She brings up payment, which makes Peter uncomfortable given the circumstances, but he ultimately accepts because he truly needs the money. Meanwhile, Aunt May calls Peter. She knows his identity and is deeply worried about the violent and dangerous cases he keeps getting involved in. At the same time, Peter's landlord is pressuring him for rent, leaving him with no choice but to rely on the money Gwen gave him just to get by. As Peter begins his investigation, he realizes the case is far more complicated than it seems. Captain Stacy had a dark side and may have been connected to the Scorpion Gang. As Peter digs deeper, visiting the morgue and dealing with the police, the noir atmosphere intensifies, filled with corruption, secrets, and moral conflict. The next day, Peter visits Gwen's house to examine her father's files. He asks about any unusual behavior before his death, but Gwen knows nothing. Later, Peter has dinner with his aunt, who remains worried about his increasingly dangerous work. Peter reassures her, confident that he can handle the situation. That night, more action unfolds as Peter faces a strange enemy, a Nazi man-bat at the World's Fair, hinting at a much larger threat lurking in the background. The major twist comes at the end. Evidence begins to suggest that Captain Stacy may have been killed during an incident involving Spider-Man himself, possibly during the dogfight. This means Peter may have unknowingly played a role in the death of his own client's father.